Hi everyone, I'm Dave Pollack from dishmethod.com. In the previous video we talked about the three antecedents, the three causes of public speaking anxiety. These were low self-efficacy, low self-esteem, and incongruent attitude. And in this video we're going to talk about the remedies, the 4 remedies for overcoming the 3 antecedents. And the 4 remedies are this is what DISH stands for. D stands for develop your skills, I stands for incorporate your personality, S stands for stop the negative thinking, and H stands for have fun. Have fun is the most important remedy for overcoming public speaking anxiety. Now, develop your skills. This is something that's obvious. If you don't have this addresses the low self-efficacy primarily, but it also makes delivering speeches more fun when you have the skills necessary, and it also can boost your self-esteem. So the skills requisite for public speaking, obviously you need to have the ability to construct a speech. In Toastmasters they tell you that every good speech has an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. And in the introduction, that's where you tell the audience what you're going to say. The body is where you say it, and the conclusion is where you tell the audience what you just said. Another way of looking at it, that is actually fine for technical presentations, for work, or some other technical topics. For when you're giving talks for entertainment value or persuasion, those kinds of things, you don't want the speech to be so contrived. So the introduction is more where you tell the audience why they should be interested in what you're going to say. The body is where you say it, and then the conclusion is where you tell the audience why what you just said is important. You want them to continue thinking about what you said during your speech after they leave the venue. You know, you want the audience, you want the material to stick with the audience. And so learning how to construct a good speech is one of the skills. Develop your skills. Another skill that can help you overcome anxiety is looking towards the back of the room instead of looking people in the eye when you're speaking. And that's a good way to start when you're first working on overcoming your public speaking anxiety. Another thing you can do is look at people's foreheads. And the objective here is to try to get you to keep your mind on the material and off of the audience. You want to connect with the audience, but you don't want to be overly concerned with what the audience is thinking about you. Other skills necessary are body movement. You know, when you speak to the audience, you want to address the entire audience, and you want to use proper hand gestures. You know, you sometimes see people using their hands too much, and you want to use proper gestures. You're talking about something huge, you're not going to go like this, or if you're talking about something really small, you're not going to go like this. So your gestures need to be congruent with your topic. And so that's part of it. It's about developing your own style. And a lot of these things can come from watching other people. You know, find a speaker, can be a comedian or a professor or anybody, and try to emulate some portion of their style. You're not going to be able to imitate. You're probably not going to be able to imitate the speaker exactly, but you can incorporate some of what they do into your style, even if it's just their enthusiasm. You want to be enthusiastic about what you're saying. If you're not enthusiastic, your audience is not going to be enthusiastic. And so these are some of the skills necessary. In my book, I talk about a lot more skills that you need. And we'll be talking about more of those in the class. The second remedy for overcoming the causes of public speaking anxiety are to incorporate your personality. And this is about being authentic in your delivery. It's about being yourself. And you should try to be yourself, obviously, in every aspect of your life. If you're not being authentic in life, you're wasting time. When you put up a facade, or you're being somebody that you're not, when you're trying to live up to other people's expectations rather than trying to achieve your own ambitions and reach your own potential, you're wasting life, you're wasting your life, and that can generate a lot of anxiety. We only have a certain amount of time here on earth. After we die, no one knows. We won't find that out until it happens to us. So we need to take advantage of the time we have here on earth and live up to our potential. And by allowing your anxiety to prevent you from living up to your potential, that generates more anxiety. It's existential anxiety. So incorporate your personality into everything you do. Incorporate your personality into your speeches. If you have a good sense of humor, by all means, incorporate some humor into your speeches. Make the speech something that you would like to be in the audience to observe. Talk about things that you would be interested in. Make it a speech that would interest you if you were in the audience. Obviously, you want to tailor your speech to the audience, to what they're also interested in, why they're listening to you. But by giving a piece of yourself to the audience, by allowing yourself to be open and letting the audience know who you are, by doing that, you're connecting with the audience. And when you connect with people, it makes people feel good. Our connections stimulate the release of endorphins. Endorphins are naturally occurring opiates. And so our personal connections make us feel good. Whenever we connect to people, our pets, even objects sometimes, it makes us feel good. It gives us some pleasure. So do whatever you can if you put up a facade, you're not going to connect with the audience. So allow yourself to be open. And this can leave you a little bit vulnerable, which can also generate a bit of anxiety. But if you like who you are, then it doesn't matter. If that will come through to the audience, and they will like you too. The third remedy is stop the negative thinking. And this incorporates some concepts from cognitive therapy. Change your negative thinking. And it's about addressing the things like all or nothing thinking, the feeling that you have to be perfect, otherwise you're a failure. It's about being overly concerned with what other people think about you. You know, this is your life. Don't settle for a bit part in your own life. Be the star. Play the starring role in your own life. You are not here on earth to live up to someone else's expectations. And that's a big part of it. Once you recognize that you are the star of your own life, a lot of the anxiety goes away. And finally, the fourth remedy is have fun. This is the most important thing. If you can learn how to have fun with public speaking, even if you don't have good skills, if you can learn how to have fun, your anxiety is going to decrease. You're not going to be anxious because you're going to enjoy what you're doing, and we're usually not anxious when we're enjoying ourselves. There's a certain type of anxiety that's exhilarating, the type of anxiety you get when you go on a roller coaster or rafting down whitewater. And you can experience that same kind of excitement with public speaking, and it can be fun. And part of this comes from developing your skills. It's also from stopping the negative thinking. And it's also about connecting with the audience. It's fun to connect with the audience. And it's about being the star of your own life. As Plato once said, life should be lived as play. Everything you do, you should try to find a way to enjoy yourself. And so those are the 4 remedies for the 3 antecedents. And I hope to see you at our class at the Colorado Free University. And I'm Dave Pollack from dishmethod.com. See you soon.